DJ, drop the beat.
Live now, DJ Steve Aoki.
Oh man,
that man shops
better
for
than Aoki.
Shops for the NFTs, huh? He likes
the
NFTs.
DJs and NFTs, a match made in heaven. What the hell is going on, you degens? GM to all of you beautiful NFT participants out there in the metaverse. Why is the background black? It's supposed to be that fun, moving.
Yeah, right.
Is it
very depressing? Oh, there we go.
Yes, we did it.
Phew.
We made it. Wag me. Let's go. How is everyone doing? Happy Wednesday. Look at this. Love seeing the GM train on there. You can post it twice if you want. I'll say GM. Time to break out the glow sticks. Hologram. That's not a bad idea. Next time I see some glow sticks, we are getting them. When free market gets on camera, he'll have glow sticks too. Glow sticks for everyone, really.
No, I've definitely decided to string that out as long as possible because I realized, you've had your favorite radio stars when you were younger.
Yeah.
And throughout the whole show, you would always think, man, I wonder what this person looks like, or your favorite podcaster. And
right.
It was this great, it was almost a game. It was almost fun. And it left something, it left a nice reveal, something fun to do.
For sure, yeah.
Point. So
I always remember seeing like for the morning shows for the people, you'd see all three of them standing side by side and you couldn't figure out which one was which.
Who was who? Yeah. It's like really trying to match the voice to the face. So I think that would be fun. Maybe we'll say NFT NYC. That would be the debut. We'll see.
June, you're waiting that long?
Maybe.
You said you were having like a whole studio fortress built.
I do. I did, and I'm going to have that. I want to. You know what I think I would do? Have you seen the artificial intelligence? What is it called? Augmented reality. They put the thing right on your face.
Yes.
You know where I used to see it? The Nacho Average Club.
Yeah. All the time. Which is fine. I get it. Honestly, like my dream is like the actual like full 3D like actual metaverse studio where you're like it's just in it. I think that's so cool. I saw a promo for something like that on somebody's YouTube channel. I just thought it looked sick.
One of my favorite montage sequences to watch are people playing virtual reality and getting too into the game. Like some guy literally yeeted himself into his own TV. Like, I don't know, trying to dive out of the way of of a sword. Who knows what he was avoiding in his head? But
remind me to find it. My favorite is of this girl that puts the headset on, and you can see the screen of what she's looking at, and it's like some war game, like maybe like Call of Duty or something. I don't think they have that in VR, but she's like trying to figure herself out, and she picks up a grenade from her side thing and trying to pull it. And she pulls the pin and accidentally drops it, and she freaks out and starts running, and she just runs face first into this like stone fireplace, and the sound is just like the most awful thing you can imagine.
They need that 3D treadmill thing. I've seen. You know that thing that you could just run in any direction on.
Yeah. I actually finally watched Ready Player One. Very cool movie. I liked it. I watched it with my kid. Have you seen that?
No, I just know it from the screen name for Ready Player One on the homie Luca on BitCloud. Ready Player One. Shout out. Yeah. I knew that name. I know it's like, video games, people in the video. It's Tron for them.
No, it is like kid. It's probably the literal. Yeah, there's some Tron elements to it, but it is actually probably the embodiment of like the metaverse, honestly. And it's got like this kind of dystopian overtones for like the real world and stuff like that too. But
yeah,
cool stuff. I would just go check it out and watch it. Worth it. It's worth a watch. Maybe you'll
Okay.
disagree. Maybe
Deal.
I enjoyed it a little bit more because I was watching it with my kid, and he was getting a complete kick out of it.
I have not been good at watching TV the last
No, me
year.
neither.
Big Clout shook me out of that.
I've been watching Ozark. Great show, but that's about
good.
it right now. Ozark's a good show. I'm enjoying it. Hologram is threatening to go get some pics of you off BitClout. So
there are pictures of me out there. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not anonymous. I'm pseudonymous. I don't like purposely try to keep pictures of myself offline, but I don't try to make it easy either. Right? That's where I am.
The nicest compliment I've ever gotten was when I finally came on camera and people were like, "Wow, you're not as ugly as I thought you'd be." And I'm like, God, I've made it.
Yes. I mean, it's true. You're starkingly. This is one reason I'm not willing to come on camera, to be compared to that.
Come on.
Look at this Punham. Look at this, everybody.
I feel virtual cheek pinching right now.
Jawline of a Greek god.
I don't know about that. My chin line is getting a little doughy, if you know what I mean. Do the drum roll. You want to do the drum roll? GM, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday, February 2nd edition of the AM Show, hosted live on YouTube and Twitch. I am your host, R2Degen, and I am joined with me, as always, by my favorite co-host in the world, Mr. FMC.
Hey now, I did that as a test today. I wrote FMC because I wanted to see if you forget my name every morning and you read it off the thing, or whether you remember it by memory.
I do.
But now I know you forget my name every morning. You got to read it off.
Oh, I'm just like,
I'm doing
Bojangles. Did you even notice when I changed your name to Free Market Karen the other day?
Yeah, no, I did.
Nobody else did.
I complained to the manager.
Did you? Yeah,
and I had it changed.
Scott. Yes, good morning. I don't want to say what a day yesterday. I don't know if it was maybe just me and kind of removed myself a little bit from it. We were preparing for the Alpha Mid Town Hall, which I was really thrilled with, all of you degens in the Moon Lounge that showed up. We had a really good conversation. And we talked a little bit about the passes. I'm not going to talk about what actually went on in there right now. It's nothing sinister or anything like that, but we'll have some formal announcements regarding the passes and where we're headed very soon. But it was a great chat. It was good to see all the familiar faces on the Discord stage there, and we chatted for about an hour and 15 minutes, and we're going to do that a little bit more frequently, a little more casually in the future. But it was a lot of fun. So I appreciate everybody that showed up, and I appreciate you guys being up on stage with me too. I would have been very nervous up there by myself.
Yep. Thank you guys for all of that. AM is the best experience of our lives, and it's because of the community that's here. So thank you. We want to make this the best place possible for you. We appreciate your feedback, and it was a smashing town hall yesterday run by R2. So thank you, R2, for that.
You got it. So anyways, yesterday, as I was saying, in the NFT space, I don't know, I felt it was a little bit slower. We had Cool Pets delayed again. We had Raid Party was finishing up their pre-sale mint, but the public sale has been delayed again. And I feel like it's just kind of maybe taking the wind out of my sails, all these exciting things that I wanted to talk about and look forward to the shows. Now every morning on the show, we're just saying, maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow, so, damn you. But you know what, honestly, kudos to teams that recognize they have issues and they're gonna, make the hard decision to delay, to get things right. I think one of the common themes is that you see, I'm not going to get into it, but with Fishy Fam, there was the contract exploit where you could transfer it out and just keep minting and transfer and mint and transfer and mint, and they didn't care. And I do think that was by design in that instance. So, I mean, I have a hard time faulting teams for understanding and finding these issues before it goes live and working hard to correct them.
I'm glad you brought up that contrast, because as frustrating it is for those of us who would like to play Cool Pets, this is what good teams do, okay? They're not going to rush it out the door. They're not going to put it out if there's a mistake or a glitch, or it seems that the issue here is something with the allow list, that certain portions of the allow list aren't showing up on the contract with the ability to mint. They have assured, and I have heard personally, that everybody's allow list spot is safe. Nothing is wrong. There is no reason to panic here, but it is delayed, and until
In
their
regards to
devs,
cool pets.
in regards to cool pets, yes,
Yep.
there is a delay. The devs are working on it. Obviously, we'll bring the info to you the moment we get it. They're trying to get it right, and I send my good wishes and kudos to that team who, again, they know this is one of the most high profile drops, not just of the quarter or month, but of the year. They wanted to get it right. I'm sure they're not happy with how it's going, but I have 100% confidence this team is going to get it right and pull it off. And I'm still very much looking forward to minting my pets as well.
Hey, look, I can tell you from personal experience, it is hard to go up there in front of like the rabid fan base and stuff like that, or your potential customers or your guests and all of that, and say like, look, we kind of fucked up here, but you're just gonna have to deal with it because we'd rather get it right than deliver something substandard. I mean, that's a really common thing in like the restaurants. Like if the kitchen fucks up the food or something like that, which happens, we're all human. You got to go to the table and say, hey, look, your meal is going to take quite a bit longer than you're expecting, but it's only because I wanted to make sure that it's perfect for you. I don't want to just give you shit because you're going to send it back anyways, right? Like that kind of thing. And I have a lot of respect for that because I've had to do that more times than I can count. And it's just a fact of life. Shit happens. How you deal with it, how you address it, and how you relay that information to your consumer base is really, really important. And I commend people that can make the hard decision of doing that.
And let me just relay. It looks like we have some firsthand information here. Justin was on a call yesterday with the Cool Cat devs. The issue is very minimal. They did run tests on his computer. He was one of the few that actually had issues. And apparently it has nothing to do with the allow list. So I apologize. I thought that was what I read in their announcements yesterday. But again, this issue is minimal. The devs are working on it. We do expect the pets launch to be imminent. It is the allow list that is up next for 24 hours. And then they will kick 1,900 plus anybody on the allow list who doesn't mint. Those will be kicked to the public 24 hours after.
Yeah, you got it. Good morning to everyone except FMC, says your arch nemesis Cambo, which I know is
good morning, Cambo. Hi
and
there,
Charles is Charles saying GM to everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Let's hit the crypto markets very briefly. Not a whole lot to talk about today. I'm also just going to tie it in. And look, you're welcome, degens. I found dark mode on CoinGecko, so you can stop yelling at me every time your vampire eyes get a little sore. But we're kind of just trading in the same channel. Bitcoin just crossing over 38,000 right now. ETH has been kind of constantly testing that 2,800 mark, but we are finding some resistance levels in the charts. I'm not going to say it's bullish or bearish. The volatility seems to have kind of chilled out for the time being, but I would expect a break one way or another. I think we could start to see back up to this 3,200 level, as you said in the pre-show, if we can break through 2,800, and then Bitcoin's probably going to look to rally above 40,000. And I guess we'll see what happens from there, but nothing set in stone. I also just want to tie it into an article so that we can get that going with Bitcoin options traders are turning bearish. So the ratio of the puts and call options are a little on the bearish side. But not a whole lot. And it's just, I think, due to a lack of volatility for the very, very immediate future.
Right. I would say right now we have to look at two time frames. If we zoom out to a daily or a weekly time frame, the chart is not fixed yet. Okay. But if we zoom in a little closer to the recent action, things have actually flipped short-term bullish. I do think we're going to see a move above 40,000 and 3K this weekend on spot. I don't think it means that the worst. I do think the worst is over. I don't think it means the volatility is over. So if we do get above 3,000 this weekend, I actually think next week we will retrace maybe down to that 2,600 level. I still expect a lot of consolidation and a bit of volatility here for the foreseeable future. Though I do think that, as we had pointed out when it was happening, sentiment, indicators, everything was as oversold as I had ever seen in a short period of time. We pretty much called the bottom on the show, which it was. The Nasdaq's up another 2% today.
I
Bottomed
saw a
around.
tweet of you tooting your own horn, I think, this
Well, it
morning.
bottomed. It
That's all
bottomed
right.
around
It was a great call.
13,000. Thank you. It bottomed around 13,300. We look like we're going to head back up into the next volume pocket, which is about 15.6. And the reason I'm talking about the Nasdaq to you is right now it feels like most risk assets are tied to it as interest rates are set to rise. It is high beta technology stocks and the riskier assets that tend to feel it. So that's what we're going through right now. I think that it is the end of a very large rotation. I actually saw crypto start to stabilize before the market did. I remember the day we made that low on the NASDAQ, Ethereum failed to put in a new low at the same time. So I do think at around 2400 crypto started to decouple from the stock market to an extent as demand for actual Ethereum was outstripping whatever the macro concerns were. So like I said, I'm positioned as the bottom was in. I don't think the volatility is over, but if you're in the NFT world, this is a Goldilocks situation. You kind of just hope it remains here, hanging around, you know, maybe goes a little higher, maybe goes a little lower, but until then the JPEGs look good.
JPEGs are doing A-OK in this market. What a run it's been. We're seeing a lot of different floors kind of take a solid stab at some all-time highs, if not just outright crush them. Yeah, let's move on. A little bit of news yesterday that we brought up was that the Worms franchise was creating an NFT game. Boy, that was short-lived. Worms Ethereum video game NFTs canceled after backlash. Collectible Worms are buried for following backlash as franchise fans and game developers complain about NFTs. That was a word jumble there. I mean, come on, stick to your guns a little bit here. I get it. You have people that you have to appease and you have partnerships that you have to value within the space. But I thought the interesting conversation was around this, and this is one of their partners, Aggro Crab. I read it yesterday, but they basically said NFTs cannot be environmentally friendly. That's false. Or useful. That's false. And are really just an overall fucking grift. That is just that's an opinion. I really hate this because, you know, time and time again, we've seen in the video game space the criticism for things like loot boxes where there's randomized chances at getting rares, and it's essentially gambling. And I'm not against gambling and all of that stuff, but it's the hypocrisy that I'm against. You know, I watch my kid open these loot boxes and for a chance at this stuff. And he's essentially an 8-year-old, well, a 10-year-old now. Playing roulette for a chance at it. And it's fine. It's fun. I don't care. But like the grift is the fact that you have to give them money for a chance to open these loot boxes. And at the end of the day, you have no ownership over that. You can't transfer it to anybody else. And they're just raking it in on microtransactions that I think the issue with are, you know, for some people, highly addictive. And, you know, you want to talk about grifts. I just think it's such a slap in the face. To call owning something a grift, you know, like it really rubs me the wrong way. And I'm disappointed. I'm not mad or anything. I'm just disappointed that they ended up canceling this project because of, you know, some misaligned sentiments from their friends.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the second backtrack by an established either gaming entity or company, right? Didn't we just have an article, and forgive me for forgetting the details, where someone had announced moving towards Web3 and then pulled back a day or two later after the backlash?
And yeah, we've had a couple of those. Yeah,
that's really interesting to me. I have to say, you know, I made a point yesterday that we've been seeing on top of the moves into Web3, whether it's by small teams or now some of these more known entities saying they're moving in that direction, we've been seeing consolidation in the video game industry. We've been seeing consolidation in all of gaming. There's a reason for that, right? This is what companies within industries do when there's a seed change about to happen, when the ground underneath them is moving away from them. They basically pool their resources, get together, and decide to attack and I don't mean be against, but decide to approach this new paradigm as a stronger, unified front. And you're seeing that right now with large Silicon Valley companies buying up all the gaming entities, or the gaming companies themselves basically
Sony just bought
consolidating.
Bungie,
Right.
which is Halo and Destiny, huge gaming franchises.
This is a direct response to Web3, I believe. I truly believe that these companies see the threat to their business model, and the smart ones are trying to quickly adapt and get ahead of it. And it's interesting to me that we have that very large paradigm shift occurring. But the moment anybody who's kind of even remotely popular and has a fan base tries to dip their toe, they're quickly slapped back by the public and the powers that be. So this, we talk about being early a lot, so much it's annoying, but it's almost a good sign to see stuff like this, because it just shows how averse people still are to this, and that means that you have a lot of opportunity ahead of you in this space.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're still, I think, probably a couple years away from this really kind of moving at light speed for all these companies. Bieber posting his Bored Ape on Instagram, as I mentioned yesterday, was probably the most surprising thing for me, because the comments were not as negative as I thought they would be. I would say it was probably like 1 in 20 were like, "Oh, Bieber bought an NFT. I'm fucking done with this guy." Whatever, it's fine. I was very surprised, but a good sign too. That was the first instance that I can think of somebody that's not specifically in NFTs having a relatively good experience of posting it. I still got to do that. I still got to do that experiment with my Instagram account, and just see how many.
I've been trying it. The thing is, I never had a large following on Instagram. Like, it was more of a private. I kept my account private. It wasn't even public. I was just like this thing I was using. So I've tried doing it, but I don't even get a response, because I literally don't have anyone who's watching my thing. But we've spent the last 2 months talking about how Instagram is a picture first platform. It's a visual first platform. The idea that Twitter, the text-based platform, is the dominant social media entity for NFTs is a little ironic, maybe, when you think about it, though maybe it isn't, because if the thing we're dealing with is pictures, we need somewhere to talk about it, right? We don't necessarily need somewhere to show the pictures. We know where the pictures are. We need somewhere to talk about, but whatever.
That's correct. Yes, I agree.
That aside, I think we've been surprised at how little Instagram and its users have taken advantage of the new NFT market. And I am seeing the same thing you are all over my stream. And I want to say it's very cannabis focused, because I was in the cannabis industry previously. So I follow a lot of entities from there. I am seeing a ton of NFTs. This is an industry that tended to be on kind of the bleeding edge of technology, almost out of necessity, whether it was communications or cultivation, but they really are crypto first. They are into NFTs, and you're right. I mean, you even look at this Justin Bieber post, it doesn't seem that it's getting the normal type of NFT hate, and I think that is some sort of sign that things are changing, because it will take people like Justin Bieber and people that, for lack of a better term, are universally loved. They have these very liked personalities in public, to the point where people are finally just going to go, okay, maybe this is a thing. I think
people thought just cars were unnecessary at one point.
I mean, there is a great Twitter account you should all follow called the Pessimist Archive, and it literally goes through history and just takes out news articles about technology. And we're talking about whether it's the comic book, the telephone. These were all new technologies back in the day. The bicycle was going to turn all women into sluts. Okay, there were literally New York Times articles written with doctors talking about how bicycles were going to turn women promiscuous. Like, every new technology has been feared by the masses. What's it going to do? Because, of course, every technology is a double-edged sword, right? Fire cooks your food, but it can also burn down your house. Everything has its good and bad, and the news is going to shine the spotlight on the thing that sells, which is usually the bad. So
well,
that would be
imagine if we canceled the whole airline industry the time the first plane crashed, right?
Yeah. Great example. And let me get that Twitter account. I'm gonna go post it in the general for you guys now. It's a great read, and they pull up all these. It's called Pessimist Archive or Pessimist Arc, and I'm gonna go drop the link right.
I mean,
now.
I suppose I could pull it up on the stream too.
Oh yeah.
That would have made a lot
Arc.
of sense. Of like, I have this web browser up here, Pessimist Arc. Oh, right there, at Pessimist's Arc, right here. I'll blow it up for you guys. Free Market will post it in the general chat. I don't know if I can zoom in here a little bit and make it bigger for you. There we go.
Archive of Technophobia and Moral Panics. That is there, and it is, and it's
guys, novel reading is a disease.
Novel books for so
I hope
long.
I don't catch that disease.
Well, and it once you read these articles, you realize it has nothing to do with whatever the underlying technology is, whatever the underlying scandal is. There's a human condition that's displayed here in two ways, okay? One is this averseness to things that are new and we don't understand, right? And then the other is this this propensity to just really fear the new, okay? Anything that changes what we understand is the way things are. And Pessimist Archive will show you that it doesn't matter what we're talking about, whether, I mean, video games, they, you know, remember the 80s and 90s, video games and rap music, it was gonna destroy everything. And well, you know, you look at the world now, maybe they were right. But
no, that was the death of Harambe.
So I think that what you're seeing in video games and NFTs can be explained by the Pessimist Archive. Just go look back and just put NFT in place of every other thing that they have in these articles. They're so fun. They have a podcast too, guys, which is a kind of a fun listen if you have not much to do.
Cool.
Shout out Pessimist
Archive. Great find. Next on the docket, Coachella, FTX US to auction lifetime festival passes as NFTs on Solana. Womp womp. Coachella is offering music fans lifetime access to the annual concert festival with a Solana NFT plus perks like front row access and more. They were talking about, you know, meals cooked by, you know, celebrity chefs or top chefs, on stage access, backstage access, all that stuff. There's only going to be 10 of them. It is on the Solana network, but with 10 in the size of Coachella, I do imagine that this is going to be a very, very, very expensive NFT. It's not the only thing they're releasing. They're releasing 1,000 pieces at $180 a pop that can be redeemed for a physical photo book from the festival, as well as a 10,000 piece collection that's a purely digital art, I suppose. I kind of thought maybe there's some, you know, rights issues with the musicians and whatnot. It would be really cool to do like a Top Shot style thing where it's like moments from Coachella festivals, you know, recapping that or something really cool like that. Probably not going to happen in that way, but I mean, Coachella, fuck, I can't say the words today. Oh my God. This is a big music festival. It's very popular. They've chosen Solana, you know, quote unquote, for environmental reasons. We can roll our eyes at that, but I suppose that is on brand with Coachella. So I guess, you know, good on them. All this would have happened is they would have released this on Ethereum. Everyone would have been like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Like environment. And then they said, okay, well, let's do it on Solana. They're just ahead of it. They're doing it on Solana. I've never been to Coachella, but I would imagine that this would be a good mint to participate in.
Who did the co-founder of Solana have to blow to get this deal? I mean, what kind of travesty is this? These are gonna be very high-priced NFTs, and for the entire existence of their lives and Coachella's lives, they're going to be stuck on the Solana blockchain, which you better hope it's up when you're going to the festival that weekend, because fuck, oh no, we can't verify. And now they're leaving their VIPs stuck outside the fucking gate. Come on. That's actually a good point. Let's get our heads out of our ass here. Coachella.
That's actually a good point. That's actually a good point. Yeah.
Irrelevant. Burning Man, you could bet the Burning Man NFTs are going to be on Ethereum. They don't fuck around at Burning Man.
Next, we have Tom Brady turning to NFTs, fitness, and apparel businesses after NFL retirement. From the NFL to NFTs, Tom Brady says he's retiring from football and will focus on his NFT business, Autograph, and other ventures. I think we all knew he was retiring. That news kind of officially broke yesterday when he posted about it on, I think, Twitter and Instagram. He also did not mention the New England Patriots or Bill Belichick, which was interesting to me, but a complete side topic. Look, I mean, Tom Brady has a track record of greatness. Love him or hate him, and I don't think there's any in between. Yeah, I mean, fair. The guy has performed at the highest levels possible for
except
a very,
twice
very long
during 2 Super Bowls where he was beat by Eli Manning and the New York Football Giants.
Yeah, get it out of your system. I'm not a Buccaneers fan. I wasn't a Patriots fan, anything like that. I mean, the guy won 7 Super Bowl rings and went there, 9, 10 times. Pretty hard to deny the greatness there. If his dedication on the field is anything like his dedication off the field, got to believe Autograph will be a contender in the future. So, keep a lookout on that. You got any of the Tom Brady hate you want to let out some more?
You know who I hope doesn't an NFT at Autograph? Eli
you
Manning.
Hope doesn't?
Does. I'd buy an Eli Manning.
It's not going to be worth
NFT.
very much.
Yeah, it will. How dare you?
Did you
know that man? That man can walk into any restaurant in New York City for the rest of his days and be greeted, stood up, round of applause from the whole restaurant, free food. Eli Manning is a made man in the city of New York. Okay. Just so everybody knows here. I just want
to point out his career record here. I know this isn't a football show. He has a career 500% or 50% win record. He might be. I don't know. There's a legitimate conversation that he's not even a Hall of Famer.
Made man.
Okay. We won't talk about football. That's not what we're here about. But you know what? I thought that conversation was hilarious. But he will be a Hall of Famer, I'm sure. Winning 2 Super Bowls against the Patriots is pretty incredible.
Undefeated Patriots. They were beaten.
I'm watching all of the Boston conglomerate leave as we're talking about this. Big news of the, day now that January has come to close. OpenSea hits record $5 billion in monthly sales as Ethereum NFT market swells. We already knew this halfway through January that they were going to set the record. $5 billion in volume is absolutely incredible. I think it's just a testament to the NFT market in general. Bored Apes were trading very, very high. Azuki has put in shitloads of volume. CloneX has done tons of volume. All of these projects we see that are hitting the market are selling. And I think, it couldn't be more bullish for that. Like hitting these new highs month after month after month, with, I think, the exception of November, is an incredible sign of things to come. And sure, maybe we'll hit a bit of a slump eventually, but it has to be new money coming into the space, really.
And that's not going to slow down anytime soon. I think celebrities are really just starting to understand what an ape is. I've made this comparison before. It's like you stole all the luxury goods from the future, and now you get to sell them back to the celebrities in the present day for 1,000x. So enjoy these next few years, boys and ladies.
Yeah, I mean, if you want some long-term bets, figure out where the celebrity attention is going to head to next and start stacking.
Buy something rich people are going to want. That's the game we're playing here. Buy something rich people are going to want really badly.
Well, you said Cool Cats is probably up there.
That's where I would be focused, especially after this. Now, sell the news. Of course, whatever value the Cool Pets are now extracted from the floor price of a floor Cool Cat. Cool Cats are a buy here. Yep.
Yep. They're down to like a 11 ETH floor.
11 now? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they went up to what, 15, 16 on the Cool Pets drop.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, there's some price baked in there. And once the Cool Pet has been extracted from the NFT, which all of those floor ones most certainly will have been.
When lemons get above 1 on when lemons get above 1 on Saturday, I'll be pretty tempted to trade 11 for a cool cap.
What's on Saturday free market?
Nothing. Lemons are going above 1.
That's your call right now?
I didn't say it was a call.
No, sorry. That's your. Oh, okay.
don't be breaking me down. You heard. It's recorded.
What do you know, Mr. Lemon?
I know nothing. I don't have any inside information. I just have a gut.
No, I know you don't. Other than just being present in the space. Hey, they're due for another break for sure.
Look,
I agree.
I've watched now. Remember, we're gonna go into lemons because I love lemons. I don't care.
Talk about lemons. We can do it.
Yeah, why not?
We do whatever the fuck we want.
We were sitting at this exact floor price. We were at about 0.51. I want to say 0.52 the last time. The last time we had that kind of influencer hype pump when it was that blow off Saturday where Alien Friends hit 4.4 and everything got frothy or whatever. We were sitting at this exact price. There were over 700 lemons between here and a 1 ETH floor. Right now there's 303 or 393, excuse me. So, and if you look at unique holders, that's pretty much exactly how many unique holders we've added. All right. It's a powder keg. This is going to be a slow build. All right. This is not a hype project. This is a community. Lemons are a vibe. And as stupid as that sounds, and as much as you hear people say that, it's a slow build. Okay. This is what's happening. Supply just gets lower. And I don't know, I said Saturday, and obviously we can't know exactly when that next, but look at that. Who left that cap near the floor? You see that mushroom cap with the 3D glasses?
Is that mine?
Is that yours?
No. I sold one a while. That was one of the ones that I sold.
That is a Zexy lemon.
I had a mushroom with the 3D glasses that I sold in the last.
Yeah.
It's the only one I sold in the last volume pump, and it was good. Is this one not like? Isn't that really cheap for that one?
That is, yeah. The Kitsune mat. There's a few, and honestly, people were papering golds right at the floor yesterday. I understand.
Those are good deals.
Yeah, look at the jump there. I think that people are obviously looking for liquidity for other things right now, and that's why you'll see like 2 golds were papered right at the floor. A gold, I think I saw like a gold mushroom or something go at the floor yesterday, which was crazy. But here, everybody
we saw that with Gossapes too, right? Like it was at a great like 0.6 floor, 0.5. The volume started to slow down a little bit, and it's dropped down to like 0.35. But that floor is like paper thin, and it really is just some people looking for liquidity. Could be to get into raid party.
Exactly, and everyone asks me every day, like, why are you, so bullish on lemons and blah, blah, blah? Because when you look at the underlying metrics that aren't, if you just look at the floor price, you'd be like, oh my God, it retraced all the way back to where it was. That whole hype was da-da-da-da. It's an illusion. And you look underneath the surface and it keeps you very bullish here. And I think, it could be any day, whether it's, China discovering them or just, another cycle hits them, who knows, but they're going to go above what the old high was last time, which was like 1.5, just based on the supply metrics right now. And certainly that new price won't hold and they'll pull back from there, but be ready for that. It's coming.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, I was just typing something really quickly, but I pulled up WGMI. I always just take a quick look at it to see if there's anything that's surprising me here. CryptoMories would be the one. We talked about this a little bit in the pre-show as to what's going on with that. CryptoMories had Steve Aoki jump in, and did he sweep or just buy a rare? I'm a little unclear with that.
No, and hey, Mories are Mories are one of my pet collections, for lack of a better term, I guess. I've loved it. Lucas introduced me to them last year. I think it was him who found the drop. He aped really hard. I have been absolutely in love with these things. I'd honestly go as far as saying that CryptoMories and Kaijus were my favorite art from last year, up until Lemons. Like up until Lemons came on the scene, I remember just CryptoMories and Kaijus. I pounded the table. Like I didn't understand how these weren't getting the recognition they were or whatever. And then yesterday, Aoki comes in, his first buy is an 18 ETH snipe on a gold rare, which was gorgeous, one of the gold Mories, and then he proceeded to buy, I want to say 10 or 15 more, a couple semi-rares, one off the dope more. I love that Shaolin monk
That's
robe.
great. Yeah, that's
Looks
a good one.
really good, really good. Yeah, and he started off what they call the tsunamori, like a tsunami, but they love the puns in the
They're
family.
trying.
The family loves the puns, and they were having a grand old time yesterday. Nice look. They had gotten up to 2.5 on that frothy Saturday blow off top. And, forgive all the projects who got up that high that day. They were all going to come back a little bit, but it's heartening to finally see them over one, getting the recognition they deserve. And I do think in this type of market, in this cycle, these will see 3 to 5 at some point this year. And I do believe it will be a loved collection with longevity for years to come. We're talking about 2021 because it just happened last month, but it is a historic year. We have to start looking, there's going to be a lot of Azukis this year. There are going to be a lot of known artists, a lot of great stuff coming on that's really going to overshadow some things you may have thought were the tits last year. Like whatever was, the best quality, we're going to now have world-renowned legends getting into this game. But let's start looking at 2021 at the things that I think are going to have real longevity. And I think Mories are here to stay. So I was really, happy to see Steve get into that. I know everyone loves to talk about Aoki tops or Pranksy tops or whatever, but I think this is a very good long-term sign for Mories, and I expect them to be back over 2 weeks pretty soon.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I've never really spent too much time looking at these, and I'm going to just slap myself in the face for not, because it's much better than I always assumed it was.
They are.
And these were cheap.
0.05, my friend. During the bear,
yeah,
people didn't think they were ever coming back.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I do remember looking at them, and I didn't look closely enough to go, damn, this art is actually good. But hey, you know what? At a 1.5 ETH floor, maybe the art just looks better. I don't know.
And I'll tell you, we talk about communities because we talk about creature toads, we talk about lemons. These are communities when you tweet about their project, you're going to get 50 replies, 50 they're passionate, right? And this is the same thing with CryptoMories. This is a passionate community. They are constantly in the Discord creating. Some of the best derivatives I've ever seen have come out of the CryptoMories Discord. This is a dedicated community. All the pieces are in place for this to be an elite collection, and I believe it soon will be recognized as one.
Well, you know what? This is a great segue for something that I wanted to talk about, because it's a project that I don't think we've ever really shown much love on this show. I've never owned one. I know some Alpha members have. But it really is starting to get into that 2021 collection that has some serious staying power, and that's DeadFellaz. I think that the art is actually falls into that category with Mories, is better than I remember it. Again, don't own one, but there's some pretty good diversity in traits and stuff like that. Maybe the general color scheme on all of the skin and hair tones could be a little bit varied, but that's on my own personal opinion. But other than that, the traits are good. The art is very clean. And this is a project that has Dead Friends dropping soon. This is a kind of a companion pet collection, a la Bored Ape Yacht Club, and some other, I guess Cool Pets is doing it too, right? And I took a little bit of a look into that. They have 13 different species. And again, they look pretty good. The art is true to the DeadFellaz. I know that DeadFellaz community is strong, and a great indication of that is that they took the snapshot for the Dead Friends on January 31st. And lo and behold, what happened to the floor? Almost nothing. It's quite a testament to how far this project has come, and it has gone, it was up to, I think, about 4.5, and it has held a 4 ETH floor through that snapshot, no problem. Now we're in a very favorable market to be holding floors and seeing floors go up, but this is a project that's been around for a while, and it's continued to put its head down and work through bear markets and bull markets. It never kind of had the same experience as Mories. It did hold through the bear market pretty strong. This minted on August 13th, and in November, I think it got down to about 0.5 ETH floor, which is pretty commendable to hold that during that really kind of stale period. But DeadFellaz seems to be, I don't want to say a shoe in for like the next kind of solid 10 ETH floor. I don't even know what that means anymore after seeing Azuki and Clonex and all of these projects just absolutely smash it. But I got to say, as somebody looking from the outside in, DeadFellaz looks like it's got a great future ahead of it.
This is a project that we haven't talked a lot about, and shame on us. I mean, the Alpha Mint was in every high profile drop last year, and whether we're talking about Cool Cats or then DeadFellaz was soon after that. A lot of Alpha Mint members had these. They went on quite the run, and then of course, just like every other project in a market that has a 24-hour attention span, people were like, well, what's next? What's going, and people get bored and they move on. What's new? Well, this project had a moment last year. And, I talk about projects that had a moment. They are in this, they remind me of lemons in a huge way, in the sense that floor right now is solid. And the reason is because it didn't get there quickly, right? This was just slow, persistent accumulation by the community and people who identified with the community over months, right? There was just what happens is it slowly, and then all of a sudden when we get some volume like we had in the first 3 weeks of the year, well, it doesn't take much to take a collection like this all the way up to the floor they deserve. And the community here is arguably just as passionate as any of the ones we were just talking about. And Odell Beckham Jr., the football player, former Giants player with 4.2 million followers, has had a DeadFellaz as his PFP, I want to say, since last year. He doesn't change it. This isn't a hype move. He loves his DeadFellaz, and I know the people that wear them regularly love them too. Their community manager is one of the absolute best in the game. And, shout out to this collection. We haven't talked about it enough. It's sitting at a 4 ETH floor now. I only see good things for them in the future.
Yeah, and I mean they're getting some love from Rolling Stone too. I appreciate you mentioning that JRP. Kind of forgot about that. Again, so much news happening in this space. It's easy to just kind of gloss over some stuff. But yeah, it looks like they're collaborating with Rolling Stone for some NFT, an NFT drop. I'm gonna have to look into more of that. If you have a little bit of context and you want to type it in there, by all means, we can touch back on it. But it looks like they've got some collaboration with Boss Beauties and, oh man, G-Vols. Kid 8. I sold mine. That was one of the first expensive NFTs I lost a lot of money on, so that was great. Wonder what that's going on with that now. But yeah, like DeadFellaz is, I think it's right on track to just be a mainstay in NFTs, if I'm being honest with you, provided no crazy controversy or anything happens with them, which I can't see it. It's been August. They've been trucking along and doing great things. Speaking of controversy, yesterday, Beeings, you guys were lighting up the chat with some stuff going down with Beeings, which is this bee Bumble Beings kind of thing. That's a comic. They look like they've got some merch. I don't know. This is a very specific art style. It's cool. It kind of looks like the MFers or whatever. But I guess the ETH Kyler is the creator of it. Some people dug up a lot of old tweets, maybe even not that old, and they were not friendly towards the female gender, and there was a lot of stuff going on. He was on Spaces saying like, I found, I think Jesus, and I'm just looking for redemption. Beings is my way of trying to right my wrongs. Based on what I've seen and heard, this was not just a single, angry tweet after a breakup, or you had a couple of drinks one night and maybe said something that you regret and somebody screenshotted. This seemed to be a long track record of just hate. And it's not like, 2010 was a different time, or 2013 was a different time, or whatever. Like, there's certain mentalities and ideologies that kind of aren't applicable to any time zone, even, or not time zone, time period even. And we saw this with Jungle Freaks, where it wasn't about the era that these comics were made in. It was just pure hate. It was awful. It was toxic. It was vile. And that seems to be the case here. Looking at the project, though, it had no problem minting out. It's holding a 0.2 floor and 3,000 volume traded. So I guess everyone loves a good controversy. But I hate to see it. You hate to see that in this space. I don't love talking about it, because I shouldn't say I don't love talking about it. I don't want to give publicity to this stuff. But I mean, if you're in this project and you're unaware of what's going on, or you're thinking about buying this project and you're unaware of what's going on, at least just kind of be informed. I know free market can add a little bit more color on it. It was touched briefly on the Lemon Spaces that I was listening to yesterday, but you guys are all about positive vibes. What are you taking away from this?
I read the tweets. I don't think there was any context in which they can't be considered hateful. We're not attempting cancel culture here. These aren't ambiguous. This person was pretty hateful in his previous tweets, and given the temperament and the lens in which he was trying to sell his project through, I'm not surprised there's backlash. I didn't mint the project. And I think the final thing I'll say is that anytime a project like this mints out, even though the creator is the one profiting, it no longer belongs to him, in the sense that now it's the community who owns these JPEGs. It is the public who is the community that makes up this project. And if they went to zero, this guy wouldn't be the one who got hurt. It would be everybody out there in the community. So I again hope this community bands together, rejects what this creator stands for, and somehow finds a way to turn this into a positive light. But there's absolutely no excuse for the shit this guy put out on his Twitter. It was disgusting.
Yeah, and this was not a cheap mint either. It wasn't just like I'll throw a 0.02 at it and see what happens. Like, 800 ETH, 750 ETH was accumulated there. It is what it is. I just thought we should touch on it, at least acknowledge the fact that it exists, and spread awareness of it. If you're holding that, or you were bullish on it and maybe kind of lost track of what was going on and whatnot, right? Like, look, NFTs are fast. Sometimes you just see mint look, oh, cool, that looks like it could be a cook. The picture looks great. I'm gonna mint it, and then you realize that you got yourself into a shit show, whether or not you care. But that's we're just talking about this stuff because it's relevant and happening in NFTs. So yeah, that's right. And somebody, Mr. Cheese, is saying it was last year. It wasn't a long time ago. We can move on from that and just trying to get some stuff queued up. Cat Bricks Clubhouse. Somebody mentioned that in the chat. This was a project that pre-reveal we were pretty bullish on. They had some stumbles along the way. We would probably attribute it to a pretty overly ambitious roadmap. Maybe an unfocused roadmap, and maybe just a lack of care from the team, or maybe it was just a straight up rug pull from the beginning, as you like to say, the long con rug pull, where it's like you put it out there, you don't directly just up and leave, but you give it some time, you let some people trade some stuff, you post some announcements, and then at the end of the day, you go, oops, Cool Cats is taking us down. Sorry, guys. We did our best. Adios. That was the general sentiment yesterday when they put the announcement up. You know what? I apologize. I should have pulled this up on the screen from their Discord, but essentially they were just saying, it wasn't Lego that took us down. It was Cool Pets. We can't get into a legal battle with them. They're basically saying, take it down. Here are the steps, and you guys are going to have to deal with it. There was some Cool Cats mods that were essentially saying we don't have anything to do with this. But the devs and the team, oh, that's really small. Sorry. That is the quality of their project. This is the screenshot that they posted. there were a couple of devs left over. There was one poor mod that got promoted to the team just before all of this was going down. He didn't know about it, and basically the entire team left
Classic.
him with the
Classic.
executive tag on there. He showed up into the Discord, and of course now his name is part of the team, and everyone is angry at him. He's kind of leading the charge to try and see what they can make things right with it. They later did come in and say, "Hey, look, we're trying to figure out how we can redistribute some funds and reimbursement from people." I don't expect that to happen. I'm going to be left holding a bag with this, and I'm fine with it. It does happen in the space. Upsized risk, upside reward comes with upsized risk. You're going to run into these things every now and again. I feel a little bit dirty for trying to say that I was very bullish on this project, but fuck, I didn't know this was going to happen either. So unfortunate. I reached out to one of the guys that I'd connected with well before all of this went down on Twitter. It looked like he deleted most of his tweets, so I don't expect any kind of response for him. But the one thing that was really surprising with me is I woke up this morning after it all went down, checked out the activity, and these things were like actually kind of moving. I don't, maybe where people are just taking a stab at some very, very, very cheap NFTs, hoping that maybe it'll be made right or something. I doubt it. So there you go. Cat Bricks Clubhouse. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I was bullish on this project originally because of the art, and I even got that wrong because, as our in-house talented artist Ghost pointed out, when you zoom in on the art, it's lazy too, in that they didn't spend the time to put the curves on the
I think
hat.
that's even just a rendering setting.
Yeah,
right?
which bothers me now. Every time I look at them, I threw all of these in my hidden folder. When this project was about to reveal, my biggest red flag was the roadmap. The roadmap seemed to be way too ambitious for a project like this. They did not seem to be relying on their art, which should have been another red flag. And this seems like complete bullshit. I don't think Cool Cats gives three shits what this project is doing. I don't think Cool Cats sent any type of DCMA over to them. They probably looked at it and was like, let Lego take care of that one. And I think that I loved the concept, but the execution here was classically horrible.
Yes.
And this, as Mr. Cheese said, feels like a failure on purpose. This feels like a rug. I agree.
I think so
Really
too. And you know what? I mean, from my own experience, and when I'm saying this, I'm not implying that projects need our exposure or our advice or anything like that, but we were bullish on it. We were, trying to have some fun with the reveal. It was on a Sunday afternoon. It was a good time to do it. So FMC, Maz, and I hopped on some spaces to try and just like watch the reveal go down in real time. And we tried to reach out to them to say, hey, we're doing this, like, would love a shout out. Like, they had no desire to interact, engage anytime. And this was for the community too, right? Because it's fun to talk about stuff. It's fun to see this investment that you've made come to fruition in real time and have some excitement around it and everything. And like, they would just delete a Twitter link to our posts, but they wouldn't delete any Twitter links, Twitter posts that were just like, oh, I just bought a Cat Bricks. Like, they were like, go raid them. Like, I just don't get it, and that should have been the big red flag. It was hard to communicate with them. We wanted to do some stuff. And, if you're in it for the long term, promotion and marketing and not in a cheesy way, but just exposure in general, or content that you can show your community that you're doing something. Or if people are like, oh, I want to learn about this Cat Bricks project, and you start Googling stuff, or you start looking on Twitter and you're finding all kinds of good content, it can help you really make an informed decision. And it wasn't just that they didn't do it with us, it's that they didn't do anything. They had an initial pump like two days later, that in the volume really started picking up on them. And it was like, guys, you go get into a space. Go start talking about it. They're like, yeah, we've got one planned for next week. I'm like, okay, like, you know, write it off. See you later. It is what it is. But you hate to see it. This is not the first time we've seen it. It's definitely not going to be the last time we've seen it. You know, if you're holding the bag and you really need it back, I hope that the team can make some kind of reparations for you, but I wouldn't be holding my breath.
Not gonna
Those
happen.
team
Send it to the hidden folder.
those team members were rocking a lot of Azukis. Let's just say that, and I doubt they're selling them. So they don't give two flying fucks about.
Straight to the hidden.
Yeah, I think I hit them. If not, I'm gonna do it after the show. It is what it is. You take these risks, right? And you know, you're gonna hit some home runs. You're gonna have some 10x's. You're gonna have some 100x's, and you're gonna have some zeros. It happens.
I mean, and you know, I want to shout out Orca here because for months he was yelling at the top of his lungs to anybody who would listen that Galactic Apes was a rug. Okay. And
I don't want to hear it.
At its worst, people were like, no, you know, you just got to give Wes time. Like, you know, this was a rug, guys. Wes literally abandoned that project, wrote a note, said peace. I didn't expect it to be. Thanks for the millions. Didn't expect it to be this hard. Sayonara. See you later. So, you know, the idea, and I put out a tweet around the time Fishy Fam was launching because you could see it coming from a mile away, right? But we have to be on a lookout for the projects now that look like they want to fail on purpose. It is so easy in this industry to just say, oops, we tried. Well, what can you do? And there are signs, okay? And now as we all become more experienced, we could see them early. And that's why I'm screaming about Fishy Fam. Who knows what the price is going to do now, okay? But look at what happened to Penguins, right? Yep. It all comes out eventually. And I'm glad penguins are being saved. And I'm glad that communities' bags are holding. And I sincerely hope this happens for both the bees and the Fishy Fam as well. It's not fair to the people who bought these. Nobody wants to see anybody have any type of financial hardship related to these, but these teams are long cons, okay? That's what Galactic Apes was. That's what, and Caprix wasn't even a long one, but that's what these projects are. And they should just be called out, and we should try to look for them in the future. That's what Fishy Fam is, period.
Yeah, Maz pointed out to just like, you know, the last project that didn't want to come on to Twitter Spaces and deleted comments was Galactic Apes. I don't know if that's how you got into the Galactic Ape conversation, but
yeah,
it's
sorry,
a shame.
It's like I'm having a conversation and people can't see the comments, but yes, I was responding to you, Maz.
Yeah. No, that's okay. I did pull it up. Illidan is saying our FUD farms are recovering on rumors of Smalls coming to save them. Fuck yes.
Wow. Well, that's it. Well, wasn't it always supposed to be intertwined in the treasure ecosystem? We're talking about a project called FUD Farm.
Yeah, it was. They did have a partnership that very silently dissipated. They tried to take it in some other ways, and it just kind of flat out stumbled. The team kind of just started to dissipate and whatnot. But the guy who kind of started shepherding it almost out of the goodness of his heart, his name is Lopez, and he's actually a really great Medium article writer about these like staking and you know, NFT DeFi kind of projects, or NFTFi, is that what we're calling them? Mm-hmm. He is quite a bright mind on that, and I do think that like there was a reason why I kept them in my hidden folder. I could have probably sold them into the small little mini pumps or mini volume spikes that they've had and whatnot. But it was one of those things that, like, you know, if it happens, it happens. If not, it's fine. One day, you know, maybe something will happen. I'm okay with having some stuff in my hidden folder. It's fine, especially if I don't need the liquidity. But yeah, great news. I love to hear that. Maybe
what do you think about this strategy, R2? I've been thinking about this recently. What if you hide everything you like and only leave your junk unhidden?
I think people would be
I like this strategy now. I'm thinking about that, of hiding all the stuff I like, making my hidden folder the good folder.
Is that right?
I just thought about that. Why don't people do that?
I don't know.
A lot of people insta hide everything from OpenSea, especially the hedge funds and stuff that buy. They insta hide all their stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Kyle saying the dev from Treasure left the project because of his affiliation with FUD Farm. I'm not really sure If there's more to that or not, I don't know. Elaine, talk about HypeBears. I have it briefly pulled up. I have some mixed feelings about it, but it's a fully allow listed mint that I am not on, and I don't know many people that are, but a very hyped up project with a very expensive mint price, which is kind of turning me off, to be honest with you. I'm getting red flags from it. It doesn't work when you only like the rugs. Yeah, true. What else do we have? We're going to talk about cool pets, I guess. Now, we kind of touched on it briefly earlier on in the show. Delayed again. There are some issues with the allow list, or as it turns out, maybe not. I saw Shub saying that they could still mint from the contract if they were able to point people, but I don't think they want people touching that because most people don't know how to mint from the contract, and that's a very difficult thing to try and teach people on the fly to do. But I kind of mentioned that kudos to teams that aren't forcing things out and just trying to make something happen for the sake of it and whatnot. Clearly they've acknowledged some hardships with it. I will say this, I am a little bit surprised of the caliber of project that Cool Cats is for, how many issues they're having at this point. I'm not technically minded. I don't know what the developers are going through and whatnot. I would have thought with something as hyped up with this and as future forward as their marketing has been on this, and we've been aware of Cool Pets for quite some time. I really would have thought that this would have just been ready to go with the amount of funds and whatnot at their disposal, but here we are, delayed. I don't know when it's minting now, right? We seem to be saying this every show now.
Yeah, right now it's indefinite. We don't know exactly when minting will start. Obviously, we're keeping an eye on that Discord. They did attempt to start it again yesterday and had those front end difficulties again. I assume we know they want it to be ASAP. So we're on watch. It could be today. It could be tomorrow. But boy, I mean, we came in Monday expecting this to be one of the biggest weeks in NFTs, period. I was billing Monday to just be an absolutely bananas day, and we're still waiting on a few of these high-profile mints, huh? But
yeah, so it's got something to do with the domain. They are transitioning everything to a different domain, which is the reason for the delay. They tested the new domain now and it worked. Okay, cool. No, I mean, this is great. It's I don't think it's going to diminish the value of the project. I think in the short term, you're seeing a bit of a Cool Cats sell off for the people that were able to mint it and now are divesting from it. I don't think you would have seen quite a dip if they had managed to execute this flawlessly and Cool Pets kind of had a big run up to. I think people would have maybe been more inclined to hold their Cool Cats. I don't think this is a disaster. As I said before, I'm still in favor of teams acknowledging the fact that they have an issue and that they're addressing it beforehand, because once you get that ball rolling, it can really look nasty when people are screaming in your Discord and Twitter and everything about like, you guys fucked me. That generally seems to be the sentiment that people default to when something doesn't work perfectly, is that you guys fucked me and you're stealing money. I'm not really sure why that's always the default, but it is what it is. So yeah, I mean, don't worry, it's coming. We know it's coming. It's not the end of the world.
this team knows how to execute. Apparently, it's going to be 48 hours max. I assume that means starting from yesterday. So I would think that tomorrow, Thursday, is the latest that it will be. Hopefully, that will be a little sooner. Like I said, we'll be on watch in the DGen dojo. I know we got a bunch of allow lists in there, eagerly waiting to mint, and then we'll see who's brave enough to hit that public. You better be using your cyber baby, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be a battle to get one of those on the public sale. That's for a damn sure, because I don't think there's gonna be a lot of them left on it. But elbow cough, I don't know what that means.
I'm gonna be honest.
That's the dab. That's the dab. I'm sorry, I remember it. I'm such a boomer.
Well, anytime someone says dabs, I think of something else. But I just want to say, I don't know Artificial Intelligence Club, nor do I know Little Friends. So we have to look those up.
Yeah, what Little Friends? Because I saw Little Pear Friends and Little Potato Friends pop up somewhat recently.
Yeah, these accounts keep following me, and I keep blocking them.
You were liking their posts.
What?
You liked little
I liked his cut. I auto like any comment on my. So what am I? I'm a man of the people. What am I gonna not like? What do you think? I liked his.
I will say this in regards to the Artificial Intelligence Club. I am in their Discord. This is actually one that's pretty good pixel art, if I'm being honest with you. Some good animated, you know, JPEGs there. I haven't really dug deep into what's going on with that, but maybe that's one we can actually look into a little bit more. FMC. It looks like on February 5th they're collecting some wallets for the allow list. There's going to be a legendary auction, which is their animated version, and then the full pre-sale is going on February 12th. Let me just see if I can pull up a website here for you guys and share it. Yeah, right here. Always goes to the wrong browser. Artificial Intelligence Club, though, it actually does look pretty good. Again, I haven't done a deep dive into it, so I could not tell you how I'm feeling about it, but you know, it's a thing. For sure. I can't even remember when I joined the Discord. I feel like it was months ago. So yeah, there you go. I appreciate you bringing it up, though. What else do we want to talk about? Raid Party also got delayed by a day or two. What was it? What was that road? Not the roadmap, sorry. They've extended the pre-sale window, which is great if you didn't have a chance to. I think most people probably took them up on it at this point. But they are delaying the public sale of the packs until tomorrow, 4 p.m. Reveal is going to be moved to Saturday, 6 p.m. And the game is going to be starting on Monday, 9 p.m. So a little bit of a delay there, you know, not without their own issues. It's, again, you know, kudos to them for finding the issues and going through it. The project is actually, you know, doing great now that the allow list sale has gone through. Lots of volume on it, and I think people are starting to feel a sigh of relief after that Genesis mint, that they're making some good informed decisions, and you know, they're getting through it, right? I think that I feel pretty good about it. I actually picked up a couple more fighters last night just in preparation for the game, which I'm going to be playing, and I'm going to spend some more time reading the white paper today to really dive deep into it.
Very, very excited for this game. The Alpha Mint Guild is being formed.
That's going to be good.
And we will dominate.
Yeah, you know what? I love that there's some benefits to being part of the guild. The guild gets some funds that are separate from the traditional funds that'll have some implications and stuff like that too. Lots of stuff to unpack with it, but it does seem like there's a ton of depth, and you know, hopefully it has that easy to get into, lots to learn, right? Easy to play, difficult to master. That's kind of where you know, games really start to thrive and how people really start to go down the rabbit hole of it. Just for some context, heroes, these are not the Genesis heroes, are sitting at a 2.5 ETH floor. The Genesis ones are selling for about 8.3, 8.4 ETH right now. So they're doing all right, and they're holding their own while Raid Party kind of gets their stuff in line to go through with the public sale. So looking forward to this. It's going to be pricey, I think, with the oh no, they're trying to mitigate the gas war. That's why the delay. My apologies. But yeah,
and the guild is forming as we speak. We still have people who are buying their fighters and getting in on the public sales. So if you are in the Moon Lounge, we are going to be creating a private room for that. We will poll and see who has RP and wants to be in the guild, and then we will get in there and start our game theory and strategizing. So don't worry, we're doing it. We're on their schedule right now as they get this launch rolled out. So we'll see. It'll be pretty soon.
Milo,
just really quickly to speak to that, we do still have the first interview with them lined up, but obviously it was going to be right after the mint. There are these delays right now as they get everything sorted, so we are still bringing that to you. Date TBD, but we are still super excited for that. I cannot wait to pick these guys' brains and see what they've built here. It's spectacular.
It's going to be pretty hype. Milo pointing out that we had 69 listeners at once, and all I have to say to that is nice.
Nice.
Dope. All right. So looking forward to Raid Party. What else we got? You wanted to give Little Lemon Friends a shout out because they've got some stuff on the horizon.
Lemon.
What do you? Well, say the words, man. What's going on?
Lemon.
I got it all pulled up for you.
Lemon. I've been saying lemon. You're not with it.
No, I know. You have a group chat, and literally the only word allowed in it is lemon.
We say other things sometimes, but you got to say lemon after the other thing. You close. It's like Roger on the walkie-talkie. Roger out, right? Lemon. You
guys are a strange cult. I will say that.
So we have merch coming up this month. This is a very, very highly anticipated meta on the roadmap of Little Lemon Friends. This is the first sneak peek we are seeing of the merch, and I am excited. That would be an understatement. I cannot wait to get my hands on this lemon merch. Shout out Scenario, shout out Little Lemon Friends. Go check out that tweet, retweet it, join the Lemon fam. We love the lemons.
Love the lemons. Man, that Secret Society hoodie, is that what's going to be coming out, or is that reserved for the hoodie holders?
Okay, so Secret Society hoodie is a big undertaking. This is arguably the crown jewel of the merch empire that Scenarios is building. These will be the initial limited edition ones. So these are going to be more those merch matchers you see out there. And I haven't seen it. I don't want to say too much. I know Scenarios, this is literally, everyone wants to know where he is. Well, he's had his head down in Pixel Lemons and this merch since everything's sold out. So happy.
Is Pixel Lemons actually a thing?
Say that again.
Is Pixel Lemons actually a thing? I thought that
we are now 13 days away. Every lemon is going to be allowed to mint for free a Pixel Lemon with traits that matches your lemon. And in March, we are expecting Metaverse integration. And if you go look at the Little Lemons community wallet, you may get a hint at which metaverses they're thinking about. But I'll let you guys go do that. I'm not even going to leak it on the show.
Oh, I was just going to say my guess, but I guess that would be giving it away.
Let everyone go investigate. It's fun. It's fun. Go get into the mind of the Little Lemons team and Scenarios, because it is a brilliantly zesty place to be.
You know what? I had Atari in mind for the show because that was something that a lot of people were talking about, and now all of a sudden I realized I forgot.
Just talk about how great this degen dojo is.
Sure. Please do. I need you to buy me some time while I try to find. There it is.
Let me please, because we did our show. I had to hop on Lemon Spaces. I come back to the DJ dojo the other day, and forgive me, I forgot who it was. I'm gonna guess hologram, but it may have been someone else. I am sorry. Dropped this Atari link in there, and it was like, sign up for the allow list. I mean, guys, you know how difficult it is to get on whitelists. Everyone's tooth and clawing it. You're engaging. You're entering raffles. Whatever you're doing is not easy, right? This was log on to website, connect wallet. Now you're on the whitelist. I was like, it almost felt like, was this even real? Did I actually get in on it, or was this just a waitlist? What's going on? Well, yesterday I got to log on to the Atari website, mint my special 50th anniversary Atari gift. That would be GFT or gift. We don't know what they are. They're all these surprise boxes. I paid 0.09. They're sitting at a 0.3 floor right now. What a delight.
Did you only get one?
Say that again. You were limited to one. And I thought it was fully whitelisted. So later in the day, I glanced into the dojo again. I saw people minting. I said, wait, there was a public too? I thought it was one of those things where you were just limited to one and they were going to have 6,000 uniques or something like that. But again, jumped in the DGen dojo, connected my wallet to a site, 3x. Love it. Love it. And personally, I'm not selling mine. I love Atari. I want to see what this is. This is, to me, a long-term collectible, but come on. I mean, this is a 3X. Who's going to fault anyone for taking that 3X? I love NFTs. I love the DGen Dojo. Curious to see what these are, too. I don't know if we've had any previews yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. They were trading as high as, I think, 0.4 or 0.5 last night, which is pretty incredible. it is so hard to predict what's going to happen with something like this when you have almost no context and the market is just ripping up and to the right in every way, shape, or form. Like I this could be a buy right now if you're sitting on the outside looking in. I'm almost contemplating it, but I'm going to talk myself out of it.
Here's a little alpha. There is an older Atari collection, their first collection that they did draw. There's a few collabs as well. I've talked about the Artifact collab before, but there is another Atari collection out there. The floor right now is sitting at about 0.8. Now, it is only an 863 item collection, so it is smaller. But again, we don't know what these Atari NFTs are. We are in the greatest bull market of our lifetimes, but I'm not. Who knows? They could easily fall 50% after reveal. They'd still be up from mint. I don't even know what they are, and if they're cool, I'm likely to buy like 3 more if they do fall to 0.15 after them. I just like Atari, but as Kyle did in an amazing trade, he was able to get out at 0.5 last night. So thanks for the 5x, Dad. This is a great trade, right? Like this, if you want to take that money, take that money. If you love Atari, maybe you hold, or maybe you go sniping when the floor falls after reveal. We'll see.
Dope. Yeah, Kyle also saying if you buy 4 of them, you can mint a special one. I'm not sure.
I didn't know that.
There you go.
And really, yesterday when people didn't know what they were, I think they were sitting at like 0.12, 0.13, 0.14, right? Right as the public was going on, I think. Should have grabbed some more. Well.
Ella asking about the weather coming in. Yeah, it's supposed to be messy out there tonight up here in Canada.
God. And I mean, we still have some snow on the ground, a little bit that's remained, and it looks like one hell of a nor'easter moving in here, huh?
That's we actually had a couple of warm days here, which got rid of some of it, thankfully. But yeah, I guess we're in for it again tonight. I love it, actually. I don't know. I love when it's snowing. I don't know. It's a vibe. To all of my Moon Lounge DGen through the Restream link up there, if you want to come hang out with us, feel free to do so. And yeah, I think now we're just gonna start talking about some other stuff. We kind of looked at some of the projects you guys were mentioning in the chat. We're gonna keep that going for a little bit, and maybe look forward or talk about what we're looking forward to today, if anything. Free market, what do you got in mind?
Well, the Coachella reveal.
Oh, Coachella was mentioned. Yes.
I am really interested to see that one because they're sitting at a high right now. They had a really nice pop after mint out. They had a small pullback to about 0.08, but now they're back at 0.133. These guys have a game demo ready to go. I think everyone's going to be surprised at how good the art is. And again, we talk about this all the time. Cat bricks got me. You never know what's going to happen after reveal and whether the comments are good. But what drew me to this project was the art, and I am very, very optimistic for it. I will say that. So I'm looking forward to that reveal coming up later today. Of course, I am on Cool Pets watch as always. And I'll tell you, my new little thing I'm doing now, I have, instead of, as you know, I have been compounding my looks interest by cashing out the WEF that they give me every time it's less than 10% of what the gas would cost me. And I've been rolling it back into more looks to increase my compounding. Well, I started doing something else. Now, the last time I claimed WEF, I rolled it into flies. That is FLZ. And if you don't know what that is Swamp DAO, the latest Ohm fork created by Creature Toad's legend Semper. This is my new play here. I have been rolling it into flies. That's FLZ. The compounding there right now is slightly better than looks. And if you do believe in not just his overall vision, but in Semper's ability to adapt, create, and change to whatever is happening in the market, I'm betting on this guy. I'm so optimistic about him and the future of all his projects. So I've been rolling everything into flies. So
That's Flies, not Cody that you're talking about. Yeah, sorry, I have the wrong thing up on the screen.
No worries. Oh no, you didn't have to bring it. But yeah, I was telling you all the things I'm looking forward to today.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Watching the Cody reveal. I'll be claiming some WETH.
No, Cody. I didn't even realize this. Cody's not revealing until the 14th.
The 14th.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I don't know why I had heard yesterday 24 hours. My bad. Cody is not revealing until the 14th.
Yeah, that's a long one.
I will be looking for cool pets, and then, like I said, I'll be claiming my WETH and looking out for whatever cool mints are around today. I got the morning squeeze at noon, of course, as well.
Yes, love the morning squeeze. The other thing I wanted to touch on that was mentioned, and I forgot to pull it up in my clusterfuck of tabs here, is HypeBear. Was that, you know what, I think that was minting at while the show was on. Let me just double check. Daily drops, where are we here? HypeBears 11. Oh, so that's going live in a couple minutes. I have mixed feelings about this. They are doing a different style. I was worried that when I was pulling this up, it was another one of those big cats, primate planet, blah, 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 blah. You know, there's a penguins one now that I saw. It's the same goddamn artist for every single one, with the same background, the same eyes. Like, I don't want to see them ever again. This one is not that. It's a project by JPEG Collector, who's got a pretty big following on Twitter. But I'm looking at them, and like, they look, I don't know. This is a 0.4 mint. Okay, you're being asked to spend over $1,000 on this mint, and I gotta say, if you're bullish on them, great. I feel like they could have been better. I don't know. I mean, I spent a little bit of time looking at their Twitter, looking at some of the previews. Some of them look okay. So like that gold one looked kind of cool. That guy with the chain, like there's some good ones in there, but some of the previews that they've been showing have left something to be desired, such as this one. Like I don't know. It's very clunky.
Weird on the body and the arm.
The proportions are weird. This looks like like the mouth from Reboot, which is like something an animated 3D animated show back from like the early 90s. Like, some of it's leaving a little bit to be desired. I am more hung up on the 0.4 mint price. I think that is a crazy ask for this in a 10K drop. So
I don't even know what is going on. I hadn't heard of this drop. I mean, I like what
250,000 people in their Discord, a fully pre-saled, a fully allow listed drop. I mean, it's gonna sell out. This guy's gonna make 4,000 ETH. So hope it's good. I don't know. This is leaving something to be desired for me personally.
And like, as a fan of Bear Bricks, this is insulting. Like, if you're gonna copy Bear Bricks, at least do it right. Like, wow, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, the chat is lighting up. I guess the sentiment
300K in the Discord.
Bearish. Yeah, no, it's 0.4 for
I
that.
got him. Yeah, Big Cats is the same thing, Mike. I'm sorry, especially if you're bullish on the project. And we always say with these things, you know, if you have whitelist, maybe you mint, not at 0.4. I'm sorry, I don't fucking know, man. Maybe it's an automatic cook. I really don't know. I just want to caution everybody on all of these projects. This is like the NFT scam incarnate. It's what the public thinks an NFT is. The public thinks NFTs are modern and 3D and slick and the Metaverse and and these artists are playing right into that misconception. It's not that 3D art can't work. It's that there's no soul behind these. They're manufactured and they're targeting people who are not deep in this industry, right?
I have these queued up. Sorry to cut you off, FMC.
Mm-hmm. Please.
Big cats. Okay, let's take a look at this. All right, we got this black background with kind of like a gray haze that's kind of illuminating them. Look at the eyes. Okay, look at the proportions. Okay, no problem. Let's check out Prime Kong Planet. The same background and the same eyes. Let's check out Prime. Oh, that's Primate Planet. Sorry. Let's check out Prime Kong Planet. Now, obviously, Prime Kong Planet was affiliated with Prime Ape Planet. They minted 3 weeks ago, or dropping more. The same background, the same eyes. There's a penguin project that you can find, the same eyes and the same background. There's a bear project, I think, that they have now, same one. They don't even change up the Twitter profile. A unique collection of 3D hand-drawn big cats. I don't even know what 3D hand-drawn means in the metaverse. They say it. Made by well-known Marvel artists. They are just regurgitating this stuff over and over and over again. And unfortunately, it's new people that are just continually giving them money over and over again. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. And that, if you're bullish on it, I mean, it's up to you. You don't have to take what we say as gospel or let us influence your decisions. But I'm trying to just show that, like, I don't think that there's any debate. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. Okay, look it's the same shit. It's the same shit over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, I know you got whitelist. You're probably excited, Willem, but these aren't real projects. And I guess we can't say they're not going to cook. We really don't know. You don't know in this market. You never know. At the same time, you only have so much ETH, and we only have so much bandwidth to devote to projects. And these are obvious cash grab scams. So maybe people are going to make money. It's very hard for me, especially if you're on a whitelist. I really don't know, but just know what these projects are at their core in case you're dreaming about holding these for longer than a flip. And really, if these are over a 0.2 mint, I would even caution on that. Okay, I don't know how long they can continue putting out the same model before even the unsophisticated.
Here's some more. Yeah, there's another one.
Right, and just let me say this, please, because Hape still has not revealed. 0.44 for the cats. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if those are going up afterwards. I would not do that. Oh my God. And
yeah, it's such a shame because it is people that get caught up in that, like, this thing's going to 10, 15 ETH hype cycle. I have Hape Prime pulled up. This is not by the same people, but if you look at Hape Prime on their Twitter, it was supposed to reveal on the 29th, and then it was supposed to be a short delay, and now it's the 4th, and they just keep pushing it back and back and back. And well, guess what? 30,000 ETH in volume has been traded. They are making, I think, 5% on top of all of those trades. Every time one of these gets traded, they are raking in $2,000 essentially. Maybe $1,500 if you want to get really specific. Quick math, whatever. $1,500 every time one of these changes hands. They don't want this to be revealed because they are just breaking it in. It's just It's such a fucking shame, I don't know. It is what it is. Again,
what's going on with Hape. I don't know in what world these are at a 10 ETH. This doesn't even make sense in the context of the bull market. I don't even know what is going on here. I am beyond confused with these. It is very obvious to me that the art does not equal the floor price, or they would have revealed by now. I don't know if they're changing it or they're just trying to squeeze every last juice out of that lemon until they reveal what is going to be extremely underwhelming art. But this is about as bizarre. I swear to God, this is either just this is a random happening, or this is Supreme. Like, is the only thing I could think is that we are going to find out this is Supreme or something. It makes zero sense. Who is buying these for 10 ETH? Introduce me to the person spending $25,000 on.
Yes. So they're saying the reveal is getting a phone call. Don't know that number. The reveal is 4/2/22. I mean, I actually don't know whether that's February 4th or April 2nd, to be completely honest with you.
It must be European. It's got to be, obviously, February 4th.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. If you're if you're holding one of these and you're in it for the long haul, that's it's not what I would be doing if I'm being completely honest with you. But yeah, so
yeah, look, if we come in on Monday or whatever it is and we find out this was, I don't know, Supreme or something, I wouldn't be surprised. It's the only thing that explains a 10 ETH floor. The only thing. Otherwise, this market is just out of its mind. It makes zero. It's gotta be. There must be something behind here we don't know. I'm willing to contend that. Oh, do we love these Metascapes? Thank God you brought these up. Let us shout out these Metascapes. I want to shout out Sage, who was on the whitelist and been telling me about these for a while. I know people in
this cursor is making me upset though. I don't need this. I don't want this.
He's fudding the cursor, guys. He's fudding the cursor.
If there's one sign that something is a rug pull, it's the goddamn. No, I'm kidding. These look great.
They do. They're really sick. Public sale is today. The whitelisted have minted theirs. These are drop dead gorgeous. Yeah, I can't say enough about them. So,
just a quick hint. Oh no, they do have it. I apologize. Make your links easy to find. That took me too long to find where I'm going for OpenSea. It's important.
Stop fudding the cursor.
I wasn't upset at the cursor. Well, I am upset at the cursor.
First the cursor, then the links. You were just looking for things.
Tell me you don't own Metascapes without telling me you don't own any Metascapes. Is that right? Right, yeah.
Nice.
No, these are
right now, man.
Yeah,
I do think these are gonna. I love these.
Stop fudding the cursor, Backroom. I'm sorry. I will get over the cursor. Yeah. Wow. This is okay. This is generated landscapes. That's very cool. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
If you're getting into this, I would say maybe this is a long hold. Generative art is not always in vogue, but fuck, they look good. This is incredible. It's great stuff.
Yeah, and it is an expensive mint. So I know that somebody brought that up in the side chat. This isn't a cheap mint, but I absolutely love these, and these are two areas. So photography is one of the biggest trends this year. I am heartened and so impressed by all the photographers I know, both personally and on my timeline, who are absolutely killing it on the blockchain right now. Just killing it, okay? And I think that GAN, or generative art, has been so maligned. I mean, we know we're near a bottom. I don't know when gen art's going to come back or when it's going to be the trend again. But I think that this marriage of two, of one, what is a very big trend, and two, something that's a mainstay in this market, just spells the formula for success here.
Yeah, I apologize. I forgot that the mint was 0.33 on this. I thought it was 0.2. So this is actually
they're sitting at
below.
mint with gas. If you paid gas on OpenSea, which is slightly more expensive, they would, yeah. So they're sitting at mint. Could these fall after they sell out, or if they don't sell out quick enough? Maybe. I would still buy these as a long-term play, in my opinion. And by long-term, I do mean this year. I do think that this type of art is going to be very in vogue at some point. And
it's all the hardware, right? You get that screen up on the wall, you want one of these.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and yeah. So I'm very, very bullish on these, and certainly if they dip anymore, I'll be picking some up off the secondary, and if they go higher, I'll be looking to mint.
I mean, I have a lot of JPEGs that I really, really like, but I don't want all of them up on the screen when I'm having company over. These ones I'd be more than happy to. That and the finest of all art, the bastard GANs. Proudly display those all over my apartment, probably much to my wife's chagrin. It's my phone background. She goes, "Why don't you have one of our engagement photos as your background?" It's my forever JPEG.
I bet. God.
Backroom saying the next Fidenza. I mean, that is certainly a high watermark. Yeah, I'll give you that.
What are those? At a 3 ETH floor right now?
Fidenzas?
Just kidding. They've
I was
taken
like, I'm gonna go
they've
fucking
taken a
buy
dip
one
there,
right
sir.
now. Holy,
Not quite 3 ETH.
you got me.
You're off the highs, as one would say.
Let's I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's see what's going on in Fidenza land. Geometry. That was a cool one. Almost crashed my old computer. There it is. Fidenza. Tyler Hobbs. Tyler Hobbs has another project coming out relatively soon too. He's doing the launch party in New York, I think, right? I could get all yo shit off a torrent, bro. You're paying for a Google Drive link. Well, that's great. I mean, you're on an NFT show, fudding NFTs. You're not gonna get me to agree with you.
Guys, wait. This is a revelation. He's literally saying
true?
Right click save them.
Huh. My God, let's shut it down. It's over. I didn't even realize you could do that.
We got a right click saver in the audience. I didn't even know they existed.
We've made it.
We've made it. A lemon. It's a lemon.
Is it?
Yeah, look at the watch. It's a lemon.
You scare me sometimes.
Oh.
71 ETH floor on Fidenzas. Little far cry off 3 ETH, but it is what it is. Metroverse, !5. Yes, that is a project. Seen the name and had to make a point. Torrent isn't right click save.
71. Look at the Fidenza.
No, he can stay. If he wants to stay, he can.
Oh yeah, don't kick it. We love you, Drake.
for it.
Don't kick Drake. Every opinion is valued here. We're having some fun with you. My favorite X copy of all time is right click save guy. So
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Metroverse. What's going on with Metroverse? What are we doing here? Metroverse.
Whoa, look at it. It was 11/11.
Oh yeah.
2/2/22. Huh? 11/11.
Oh yes, this is the 02/02/2022 episode of the NFT Morning Show.
Oh.
It rolls off the tongue. Yeah, I love you too, Drek. Thank you. We made it with right click savers. Yeah, I mean that has to be a sign of validation that we're the AM show is exploding. 64. Well, I guess 63 beautiful degens in one right click saver. We're in. Metroverse 1.5, 1.4 floor. Looking great. They look like they revealed. These are cool. I dig them.
Is this the
Wish I had bought some.
Be the floating land on a square that you and I are so high on?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to dive right in there. Like, I want to be on this balcony. I feel like I'm on a balcony looking down on it. I don't know what RCI is. This is clean. I like it.
Imagine going to vacation in one of that. Like, I love this idea. We go to vacation on these things in the future. It'd be fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I thought Metroverse was not going to go anywhere. Yeah, the floating squares of land don't always play super well. I was pretty excited about the land DAO, and it's kind of stumbled out of the gates. Weren't without their own fair share of issues, but it is fine. You win some, you lose some. These look cool. I mean, I just feel like I want to play SimCity now.
Here, I just wanted to respond to Dreek's point here, and I get that, Dreek. You're right. The thing is, when I buy an NFT with my Ethereum tokens, I usually sell it to someone else for more Ethereum tokens. So while your Ethereum token remains 1, mine turns into more. So if you really do like Ethereum, maybe you want to get more of it. That would be my response.
Oh, he likes to lick toes too. There you go.
So does Peppy. That's my favorite Peppy GIF on the Nitro. The Nitro emojis on Discord would be Peppy, Peppy licking the feet.
Dude, I'm so sorry. We've left Cass on red for a long time. Cass, I'm so sorry.
Good morrow, Cass.
GM.
How are you, sir?
You were there for a long time. You are a patient individual.
No, I wasn't in the background because I know you couldn't hear nothing, but I was cussing and the rest of it. But it's okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
How do you know we can't hear you?
Because I was talking and the little volume when I was speaking.
All right, you got me.
So yeah. GM, how you guys?
Fabulous.
Top of the world, man.
Good. There was just some things that you were talking about, really. I think the first one was about, the HypeBears and the other ape 3D kind of stuff. And the more I kind of look into like metaverse and gaming and stuff, I think we should be a bit more savvy just to know that half of these things that certain NFTs believe or make us believe that is coming up, there isn't even the server space on the internet to even handle what they think they can handle. Hence why a lot of metaverse games are very basic graphics or lore or questing or things like that. And also, like, you look at critters, for example. The graphics have to be really simple to be able to handle, or for the servers to be able to handle it. And not many people think about that. So when you talk about 3D, beings that we would see in feature movies, for example, that in a metaverse context, that ain't coming for another year or two minimum. So I think that's just something to kind of take account in terms of certain people that play the whole, metaverse play, because it ain't coming for a hot second. My personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why, like, it is important that they're like PFP-able for the time being too,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Like it does have to be something you want to be your like your Discord or your Twitter representative of your metaverse self for the time being. It is a ways off. You're absolutely right, especially in the kind of the quality that they're offering out there. For some of those projects, I don't want to lump all the other shit in there, but I mean, yeah, some of these things are going to be long holds. You see a lot of like the more full 3D models or like the full 3D robots or something like that. They don't PFP very well. And I think a lot of times the floor price reflects that. If you're high liquidity and these things are cheap, it wouldn't be the worst play if they're like a good quality project with a good quality team that, you can start accumulating these things and just leave them in your portfolio, or even leave them in your hidden folder, so it's just not like top of mind and you can just rest easy. But yeah, I mean, I'm really bullish on teams that minted now like a couple months ago and have still continued to keep working. And I don't think that a lot of those projects that we touched on with like the Prime Ape, Prime Kong, Big Cats, all of that stuff, I don't think that they have any intentions of making these fully working 3D metaverse models. I think that this is just extraction at its finest.
100%. I mean, we even look at Wes with Galactic Apes. Now, at least with Galactic Apes, he could have maybe done something with Web World, let's just say. So we could have kept it moving.
Sure, yeah. Could have.
Yeah, could have, yeah. Because the art was easy enough to do that, But when you're talking about these 3D beings, and then you're talking millions of people in one spot at one time in one server, the tech ain't there yet. And there's a few, like artifacts, for example, you have full belief, because you see the team, they make themselves apparent, and the community all stand by them, and they would only stand by them if there was, something there to stand by, but these new ones and the mint prices, where these people are, well, they are able to get away with it.
They're just pushing the limits now. 0.44. Like,
it would, like even Squiggles, when they had the whole doodles mess up, was 0.3, and you'd think, okay, then you've gone away, you've had to redo the art. It's not going to be like a doodle-esque. It's going to be something that you've done, so you would have had to bring the price down a bit. Now they decided to put it at 0.4. And I think it's ever since, and I've noticed these price increases have happened ever since Cool Pets announced 0.5.
Well, yeah. It's also, I mean, you got to understand, this is how the cycle develops. It always starts off with cheap mints, and then as the cycle matures, people keep raising the price as projects that need to distinguish themselves. The first way to distinguish themselves is with price. So the quality projects start doing it, and then the opportunist and shit projects start copying them so they look like quality projects, and we keep getting higher and higher and higher mints until we get to Mecca. But again, there's more money coming into the market this time around. OpenSea just set a record for volume, and that's with Looks, which is also doing volume, though 92% of it is wash trading, I acknowledge. that 8% that Looks is doing minus the wash trading is more than super rare and rareable combined.
Yeah, that's a point. That is a. And then, what's your real take on cool pets? Me personally, with some people think it's FUD. I honestly think they are making sure no one gets fucked up. So take the time. Because it's very easy for them just to let it loose, fuck ups to happen, and then sorry, we will fix it, and then walk away. But it's cool cats.
And I don't even think that was an option. I don't think they were ever going to be haphazard about it, and they could do, quite frankly, they could do whatever they want.
Yeah, 100%. But the fact that they're keeping in contact, they're telling you the exact reasons why. Why I don't see the issue, and the only issue I think it would be a case of, oh my god, I need the liquid to do something else.
Yeah,
but then it just seems like everything else is being pushed back anyway at the moment.
I was going to say, this is the week of delays. It's not just cool pets. So I think you're dead on with your assessment. I don't think this team would or should be doing anything different than they are, and anybody complaining is just impatient, which a lot of us are in this industry. I don't blame them.
And Pixel Pets, what's your take on that? Because they again pushed their thing back to the 4th because they were meant to mint today.
Is that Pixelverse?
Yeah, Pixelverse and Pixel Pets.
I love them. I love them.
I do. I kind of noticed the kind of collabs, or the people involved, or different groups involved, and that was really interesting. That what I found interesting with that is instead of each and every one making their own metaverse, they all seem to kind of come together to make one themselves.
Yeah,
which I thought was really nice in terms of NFT community. Yes.
Interoperability, I think it's the big theme this year.
It's beautiful to watch.
Totally agree. I mean, I feel like we've set the stage. We've created all these characters. I mean, I'll tell you what my strategy is too. I'm intending to get my allow list. I'm intending to buy one off the open market. I'm going to hide one of my eggs and just leave it as an egg to go for the CloneX vial effect. And then I'm going to hatch one and play the game, see if it's any fun. That'll be my strategy for cool pets.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to buy one and play it. That's what I'm doing. But I think the thing that's making me wonder is I've got a feeling if we don't own a cool cat, we are going to have to purchase milk to play and to build the cool pet. So that's something I think needs to be kept in mind, because the cool pet doesn't yield gold, which is the layer 2 version of milk. You can obtain, you can win or get.
Is it 1 for 1? Is it one milk? Oh, 1 gold equals 1 milk.
1 gold equals 1 milk. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. I didn't know if there'd be an exchange rate.
No. It was 1 equals 1. They just changed it to different names because they wanted it to be different.
Yeah.
Because the pet does one thing and the cool cat does another. But from what I can gather from reading the whitelist and stuff, it just seems like if you have a cool cat and a cool pet, you're good to go, because your cool cat makes the milk for your cool pet to kind of do stuff and build your stuff up. But I think for people who are on like allow list and are going to be purchasing, their first cool cat product, so to say, I believe they will have to buy milk. But then that also makes sense, because that will then back the liquidity pool in terms of ETH, instead of everyone planking it. Which then made me think of maybe they're going to be doing something similar to Orcs. And another thing that made me think maybe they had words with Orcs, I might be right or wrong, this is all speculation, was because Orcs was one of the first people to obtain whitelists for cool cats, for cool pets. So
they definitely, I'm like almost sure they consulted with the Orcs team, especially when I hear a lot of the details of the game. I mean, the Orcs invented this shit. Like, I think that a lot of people were thinking in this direction, and Orcs really showed how it could be done and be done well. And especially the way they've integrated to L2, the absolute seamlessness in which you can go from Ethereum to Polygon and play orcs in the same UI, I expect that team to be consulted for years to come. They changed the game.
Oh no, I was just reading a thing that said it wasn't true that you can make milk by completing quests.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just going to
yeah,
point
I
out
was
that
gonna
Chubb
say.
said that, yeah.
I figured that there was going to be a way to generate it without having to actually buy it on the open market. That said, if you want to be on the same playing field as anybody who owns a cat, you would, because these guys are going to be miles ahead of you, earning 1,000 milk a day at their base.
Which then reminded me of orcs, because I've got one orc, and going through that, I've had to purchase Zug to kind of do my raids and stuff to obtain any kind of reward, but the reward is far more than what you pay for in Zug. So
like there's constantly arbitrage, especially depending on where you are in the game, because there are times that you are at an advantage where just buying a little more Zug for a few $100 can get you, say, an ogre worth 4,000 or 3,000 or wherever they're sitting right now, right? So I definitely I would be curious. I'm very curious to see, especially what milk opens up at. I got quite the shock expression from Cool Cats yesterday. Shout out when I said that milk could hit $2 or $3 initially, as the hype for these games tends to be in the first few weeks, and boy, was it met with "calm down, bro." Free market capitalist gets a little ahead of himself.
Don't kill the vibe.
Yeah, no, and I will. All I'll say is wait and see, my Cool Cat friends. I don't know if any of you have played Orcs or if any of you have played any of these other games, but just wait and see. Old Uncle Free's gonna show you.
What is going on here? I'm gonna pull this up. I've got the link for the HypeBears, and they're going for 2.5 ETH right now. So 3 I just want to point out. I mean, you guys are having a conversation with Drick in the chat, which is fine. I'm not going to address it a ton because everybody's entitled to their opinion, and it actually doesn't seem like he's being super toxic about it. He's actually having a conversation, which is great. I appreciate that. But if you tune in and listen to the show, sometimes we almost side with you in saying that something like this is trading for an obscene amount of money, and you'll notice that we are advocates for quality long-term projects, right?
Well, even looking at that, it's 275.
Wow, this is just this. It's going through the mint price right now, right? I think there's nights down.
No, I don't know. I don't know enough information to even comment on it, but I didn't particularly like the art.
On HypeBears? HypeBears? Oh my god.
Yeah, HypeBears, not HypeBears. Even HypeBears, we haven't even seen the art. So, yeah. But I think with HypeBears, the amount of hype and the amount of following and the community, like most of these projects, it's the community that dictates where it goes and how much it's worth.
It is. You're right. It's the fair market, and I was pro raid party for that reason.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're right. I guess I can't really dispute it.
No, because one man's rubbish is the next man's treasure. No.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, look, there's so many different niches and things going on in NFTs. There's the gaming, there's just the generative art, there's the profile picture projects, there's NFT-fi. There's so many different things that you can't be bullish on all of them, and not all of them are going to speak to you, right? Like it's not possible. So I guess I get it.
Drake,
maybe it's
those APS Gucci tracksuits and Montclair jackets are NFTs also.
Last question for you guys, man. As we are on the second month of the year already, so far in 2022, best NFT, worst NFT.
So far in 2022, best NFT, worst NFT that have been released thus far.
I probably ask this every month now, so yeah.
No, for sure. Best NFT. I don't know.
It feels like a year has gone by, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really does. I'm trying to remember what's dropped. Free market, what do you got for this? I mean, worst NFT, I'm going straight to Fishy Fam, but that's that's it. But best one, oof, free market.
All my favorite NFTs launched last year. I don't know.
So nothing for this month.
Star Wars.
Trying to think. Oh well, Star Wars. I mean, but I'm not considering that having fully launched yet because we're still in the 100 Genesis Ascension phase, of which I am so eager that I finally get to ascend to the stars this week, along with R2. We get to hold hands and ascend together.
Yeah.
Now, there's been a lot. I was going to say there's a lot this month. There was Azuki. There was
Azuki. Oh, yeah, probably Azuki. God, I can't even.
I don't like Azuki, so I don't know.
That was
so. What would you go
shut
for?
The fuck up.
What
would you go for?
You like Azuki? You just you think it's gotten a little frothy. Am I wrong?
I wouldn't wear one.
Okay.
It's not bad art. I wouldn't wear one.
Yeah,
Not
that's fine.
a
I get it. Yeah, Rug. Oh man, we haven't even talked about Rug Radio. Holy
That's
fuck.
Moon, dude. That went on a mission yesterday. Yeah.
Virtual clothing is NFTs, you num. What are you even talking about? We're already selling virtual clothing in the metaverse. Go look up Decentraland. You don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I would say probably Azuki is I don't have any of them, but I guess it's probably unequivocally the best NFT launch thus far.
Mm-hmm. And the worst?
What would you say? Oh no, I'm Fishy Fam all the way. Let's
Fam.
go. Or maybe Caprix at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say Fishy Fam. That was some low effort art too that they stole. And, that always gets my goad. Yes. No, they're not images, you idiot. They are literal 3D virtual clothes you can put on a figure and walk around the metaverse. And they're NFTs. And people pay ETH for them. And the ones that I bought are up 100x right now. So enjoy your tokenless existence.
I don't know. For me, I'm not keen on Azuki personally, but I can see why it would move. I think for me, it was I was impressed with Rug Radio because I didn't even expect it to go the way it did.
It's not for sale, Trick. But thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I would say Rug Radio.
You've got a beautiful NFT called the London Fork that you might like to buy.
I will sell you the London Fork. It's 100 ETH. I know you have 10,800 ETH, so it won't be a big hit to you. But if you want LondonFork.eth, it's there for you.
London Fork is the bane of my freaking existence. It really is.
By ETH name or just the London Fork in general?
The London Fork because of my mining, dude. Do you know how much I hate that London Fork? That London Fork, half my profits instantly. It really did. It really did.
Like it all work.
I'm not a fan of the London Fork.
There you go, Free Market. He wants you to send him the buy link. Link him to it. There you go. You might just make a.
Is that Drip or Drick? That's
Drick.
not Drip.
No, I don't know who it is. Honestly, he's having a conversation about NFTs not being real. It's fine. It's cool. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. It doesn't bother me in the least. Everybody is behaving themselves and having a good time, having a conversation. So that's what we're here for. As long as you understand that, like, you're not changing our minds in the same way that I know we're not changing your mind. Trick cult.
Oh, so are we? Oh, you guys, because I thought you were talking to me there for a second, but I realized you're talking to Drick.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. We're reading his comments on the side. I'm about to send him the link to London Fork because he offered to buy it for 100 ETH. He said he would do it. So we're gonna see if he actually, wants to, or if he's just trying to flex the fact that he has daddy's 10,000 ETH in his wallet. We'd like to show
the February 3rd edition of the AM show, sponsored by Drick.
Sponsored by Drick, yes. The rest of my good days sponsored by
Drick.
We will shout you out every day on this show if you buy that. Go for it.
All the images people bought for hundreds will be worthless. No,
it's all good. Honestly, we can debate this till the cows come home. If it's fine. It's fine.
So
we made it. I want to just Backroom asked us to touch on Raid Party again and kind of the dynamics between the fighters and the heroes and whether the price disparity is good or not right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't exactly know. A lot of the price action right now was set based on the auction price. And kind of the scaling down there. They have some ideas in mind about what these will be worth. You do want to have fighters to progress in the game, so there is going to be maybe a little bit of an upsized importance on them. So it's, the market, I know this is a cop-out answer, but the market is going to decide what they're worth. Personally, I mean, I saw them at 0.5 ETH last night and bought a couple. I thought it was a low point, and we'll see how that goes through the public mint when that goes down, hopefully tomorrow.
We're talking about heroes, right?
We're talking about Raid Party.
The fighters.
Yeah, the fighters.
Yeah, I'm picking up more myself. I want to. You and I, R2, we're gonna dominate this AM guild. We're going hard. I'm in
yes.
It.
I'm in it for. I thought it was a good price, but I'm not buying them to flip.
I just DM'd you the link for London Fork. Drick was requesting it so that he could show us how wealthy he is. Please post it in the chat because I can't post in the chat.
Guys, answer me a question, please. Yeah, you're talking about a guild, and it seems like the AM show are about to play a game. Am I right? Are you guys about to be playing a game as a group from the AM show? And also, I'm sorry
from Alpha Mint, the Moon Loungers. We're gonna do a guild for a raid party for the Moon Loungers.
Oh, sick. Okay. And how was the town hall?
Oh, it was great. You know what? One of my focuses after we're done this show is to get the audio recording up and throw it in the Moon Lounge area for you guys to listen to if you minted it, or if you missed it. Sorry, and yeah, you can go over there.
You got to understand, Drick doesn't actually want to buy it. He just wants to go snoop around my wallet, tell everyone how much ETH is in my hot wallet, and claim that I'm poor because that's how much I keep there. That's all Drick is trying to do because he's a blockchain detective. That's why he keeps talking about his wallet and asking for other ones. He's not going to buy London Fork because he can't afford it. He's just a hater.
Why is anyone messing with you? Right. On that note, whilst you're having Drick Wars, I'm going to leave you guys to it.
Of course. The Great Drick War on February 2nd. Cass, always a pleasure, my friend. Thanks for coming up. Appreciate it.
I'll speak to you guys soon. Peace.
Dope. Free market. What else is going on? What do we want to talk about today before we start wrapping this up?
That's what I just did, sir.
What, you sold London Fork?
No. No. I bought more flies. Maybe Drick will like flies. It's a token, Drick. It's not a JPEG. It was made by a JPEG, but it's a token. I claim my wealth. I bought some flies. We like the flies.
DeadFellaz, for those of you interested, about $3 last time I checked. Looking good.
Do we know when these GFTs are going to reveal? Does anybody out there know? I am so hyped to see these. Yo, like, when I hear or see Atari imagery, like I literally, that scene in Ratatouille when he eats the Ratatouille and he like zooms back to his grandma's childhood home, and this is what happens to me when I see Atari imagery. Like right into my head.
It lost me.
What you've
never actually seen that movie.
Everyone in the audience with a heart and a soul knows exactly what I'm talking about. We love the Ratatouille. We love the lemons. We love the Ray Rays, the crypto Ray Rays. We love the R2. We love saying we love.
We're lovers in the NFT world. This is great. Well, guys, this has been a fascinating show. We have finally made it into mainstream success. We got the right click savers in here, and we appreciate you coming out. Feel free to hit subscribe and join us every weekday when we do this. You can keep talking about it. It is all good, my friend. Is there anything else you want to go over before? Or did I ask?
You got it, sir.
We're good? We're good?
Yes.
You got a squeeze to get to.
I do. I'm going to go squeeze now.
Go follow Free Market on Twitter and hop into those lemon squeezes. They're a great time, and Michael does a great job co-hosting that show with you.
Shout out Michael Reapy, baby. He's so good at what he does. He's a host extraordinaire. This guy, he's very good. He keeps it moving in there. It's it's an audience participation show. We want people to come up. We want you to, you know, talk about lemons, talk about your life. It's a good time. It's just a group of friends getting zesty, hanging out. And Michael.
Well, why don't you go hang out with Michael then? Huh?
Oh my God, please.
I'm out of here.
This is
No, I'm kidding. Yeah. So yeah, Cool Pets delay. If you missed the show, this is what we talked about through it. It's going to be up on YouTube. You can check it out, or on Spotify if you want to listen to it while you're driving or going for a run or whatever. We talked a lot about Cool Pets delaying again. Raid Party, a bit of a delay going on again. Cat Bricks, Rugged. We talked about Tom Brady focusing on his NFT project now that he's retired. Some Coachella news. Crypto news. What else did we have? HypeBears, we talked about a little bit. We talked about all kinds of stuff, Metascapes, etc. Thank you so much, degens, for tuning in. This has been an amazing show. We actually were up to over like 75 listeners today. That has got me pumped, and the reason why we wake up every morning and start preparing for the show to do it. Are we taking this to the AM show? Yeah, we're gonna do that. You know what? Fuck it. I'll go hang out.
Let's do it. Oh, yeah, I'll go with you. Let's hop in the voice chat for 10 minutes. We're gonna keep the questions going. So if you're in the Moon Lounge, come hop in the voice chat. R2 and I are gonna hop in there. We will keep taking questions. I'm gonna run to the morning squeeze in like 15 minutes. But yeah, definitely rad. We are gonna do that right
keep
now.
The vibes going. I'm gonna re-up my coffee and join you in there. Guys, I like to ask this from time to time, but it's definitely not an obligation. If you enjoyed the show and you are new here or you haven't done it, go ahead and hit the like button on the stream and maybe hit subscribe on Alpha Mint's YouTube channel. We love doing this, and we love seeing your faces here every single morning. Yeah, free market, get us out of here.
Good luck at the tables, you beautiful, beautiful degens.